Art has always been a very subjective medium. Even when they were painting pictures of like the Mona Lisa, Bible stories, it was always subjective as to the meaning of why people were posed a certain way, why they had certain people sit where they were sitting, the expressions on their faces. We've always looked at things in a subjective way. I can't talk to that. And that subjective nature persisted in our art through books and then through film. You know, I can show you exactly what goes on in a scene, but it's up to you to determine the motivation of the characters, or a lot of times even the motivation of the director and the writer. Does this mean something else? So the job of any creator, any conductor, any director, any writer is to convey an emotion. This is how I want you to feel. In a way, I was being emotionally guided through my childhood by Saturday morning cartoons and by the shows and the movies that I was watching. Those mediums would show you what a character was going through and even subject you to their own frame of mind, but they didn't literally tell you how it felt. See, what was funny to me as a kid was funny because they made it funny. But what's funny to my kids is funny because it has context. And with the internet now being the world's main source of content, my kids are growing up in an environment where we're living in an era of extreme context. And one of the reasons for that is the internet gave us a place to view our memes, the memes that we've created throughout civilization and culture. So the obvious question is, what the f is a meme? So you know what a gene is, right? It's information that's passed down from generation to generation about our physical makeup. We call it our genetic makeup, our DNA, our heritage. So biologist Richard Dawkins proposed that if there's a way to do this with physical material that makes us who we are, there has to be a way to do this with the cultural material. He looked at these things that we pass down, hairstyles and dances and colloquial terms, and he called them memes. If you collect all of the memes that we've gathered since Vine and into Facebook and YouTube and all of these things that we have to represent human emotion and situations, and you put them all together in videos, now you have context for what this is that we're doing as a human species. And my kids know that it's absurd. All of the struggle, all of the strife, all of the emotions, you go through it, it's real, but it's goddamn hilarious. And of course, comedy's always been a deep dive into the absurdity of things, but with memes, what we've been able to do is pick out the best way to describe an emotion, the best way to convey a sense of peace or confusion or rage or anger. So you have enough of these instances that it almost becomes a new language that you learn as you participate. This leads to a punchline becoming the meme itself. This is very different from how I grew up, because now the language that's being spoken is hyper literal. And it's cool. I mean, I fuck with it. Because think of the possibilities of having this language of memes so deeply ingrained in you. Now you know the variations and nuances of different emotions and experiences. No wonder the generations that are coming up now are more empathetic, because they've seen and been able to contextualize only the most authentic representations of the experience that we're having. Now, of course, there's a lot of things that could be worked on, you know, just how people view celebrity and absurdity and trolling and bullying and all of that shit. But I think we're a lot less lost than we were before.